Hello, guys. This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And it looked like Kevin Stefanski did not receive the welcoming party he thought he was. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way down to Atlanta. Let's get it. Let's go.
Like my man Junior.
For real? Somebody called me Junior, too.
When I pulled up, I thought you was Junior. I got put in my place.
Stop right here for me.
I've been saying this a long time that Baker Mayfield felt some type of way when it came to Kevin Stefanski. Atlanta fans don't want him down there in Atlanta. He didn't toe up Cleveland because with Shedeur Sanders mishandling him and sabotaging him. And now Baker Mayfield comes out and say he done had 13 quarterbacks in all these times. And you know what? He treated him like garbage, got him traded, and on top of that, Baker got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So Baker balling out with Tampa Bay. And what do you have to say about that, Kevin Stefanski? I don't know what the Falcons gonna do.
Pause right there, Peggy. Press pause right there. Because my good friend, constituent DC Young Fly is speaking nothing but the gospel.
Is he speaking for the city?
I'm trying to tell you because he said Kevin Stefanski.
This is what you do? You clean house to bring Stefanski on?
What? For this to be the first move that Matt Ryan made. Kevin Stefanski? See, my thing about Kevin Stefanski is this. Who has gotten better from the player's perspective that you can hang your hat on? Players, from what we've seen, don't get better with Kevin Stefanski. You got Michael Penix, who is almost a second coming of Shedeur, the left-hand version. How you gonna handle it? We seen what you did with Shedeur, and it was unacceptable. Atlanta Falcons, they're a young team. You got Michael Penix as your quarterback, Drake London as your receiver, Kyle Pitts.
Yo, what's good, fam? You won't believe what just went down in Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski just got absolutely cooked by reporters at his introductory press conference with the Falcons, and they brought all the receipts about what he did to Shedeur Sanders. I'm talking destroyed, embarrassed, exposed on live TV. This man walked in thinking it was going to be all love, but the media came with smoke. Let's get into it right now.
Stay down in Atlanta, and I thought it was only right, you know, since all the Cleveland Brown reporters is still covering Kevin Stefanski. But this time, I'm finna give y'all the reality of the situation. Those people who's in Cleveland that still might want to know how Kevin Stefanski day went. And I'm here to tell you, it was not a good day for Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta, bruh. They let it be known. How do you plan on turning this team around when you did absolutely nothing in Cleveland?
Listen, I wasn't expecting the Atlanta media to go this hard on day one, but they came prepared with the facts, the stats, and the truth about Stefanski's track record with developing young quarterbacks in Cleveland. And let me tell you something, this man looked like he wanted to disappear. He got that fresh haircut, got the Falcons suit on, thought he was ready for his big moment, but nothing could prepare him for what was about to happen. Now, before we dive deep into this, let me give you some context. Kevin Stefanski spent 6 years in Cleveland as the head coach, 6 whole years. And in that time, he had not one, but 2 rookie quarterbacks to develop, Baker Mayfield and then later other young QBs. But here's the thing that everybody's been talking about. What exactly did he accomplish with those guys? That's the question Atlanta reporters wanted answered, and they weren't taking no generic coach speak for an answer. The Browns never made it past the divisional round, never built a consistent winner, and now Stefanski's moving to Atlanta where they got Michael Penix Jr., a young quarterback who needs real development. The Falcons have had 8 straight losing seasons, and their fans are hungry for success. They're not playing games, and these reporters made that crystal clear from jump. So boom, Stefanski walks into his first press conference as Atlanta's new head coach, and right out the gate, the first reporter hits him with a nuclear question. You're joining a team with 8 straight losing seasons, a franchise hungry for playoffs and Super Bowls. What makes you believe you're the right guy when you couldn't get it done in Cleveland? Bro, the way Stefanski's face changed, he started stuttering like, well, I believe in this group. I believe in what Arthur and Matt have put together. Like, come on, man. That's textbook avoiding the question. He didn't address his failures in Cleveland at all, just kept it super generic. rhetoric, talking about believing in the roster. The reporter basically said, your track record is trash, why should we trust you? And he hit him with corporate buzzwords. Then another reporter came through with an even spicier question about quarterback development. They said, so much has been made about your relationship with quarterbacks in Cleveland. You're now charged with developing Michael Penix. How are you going to make sure you don't mess this up? And Stefanski's response was wild. He said, and I quote, player development, I'm a maniac about it. I'm crazy about development.
I believe, like I mentioned, in what Arthur and Matt have put together already.
I gotta stop this real quick. Y'all see Kevin Stefanski? He put the gel all in his hair and shit. He was ready today. He got the Atlanta Falcons button on, team color suit. He was ready today, but he wasn't ready for these questions. So
I promise you this, we will work.
So much has been made of your time in Cleveland with your relationship with the quarterbacks that you've had. Obviously, you're going to be charged with developing a young quarterback here in Atlanta. How do you go about making sure that Michael Penix and his success here are long-term?
Player development I'm a maniac about it. I'm just crazy about development of our players. We want to be a very intentional group when it comes to developing players.
Hold up. You're a maniac about quarterback development? Brother, where was this maniac energy with Baker Mayfield? Where was it with the other young QBs you had? Cleveland fans watching this were probably throwing stuff at their TV screens like a maniac. You had 6 years to show us that, and we saw nothing. But it gets even better. Another reporter brought up Baker Mayfield's recent comments. For those who don't know, Baker threw some shade when Stefanski got hired in Atlanta, basically saying he's looking forward to facing him twice a year in the division now that Baker's with Tampa Bay. The reporter asked if Stefanski was surprised by Baker's comments, and you could see the discomfort. Stefanski tried to play it cool, like, I have a ton of respect for Baker, I love rivalries in sports, but he completely dodged acknowledging why Baker might have those feelings. Baker went from Cleveland to Tampa and became a different quarterback under Todd Bowles in their offensive system. That's not a coincidence. That's evidence that maybe, just maybe, the problem in Cleveland wasn't always the quarterbacks. The reporter pushed back, too. Were you surprised, though? Like they really wanted him to address it, but Stefanski kept deflecting. You could tell he did not want to go there. And honestly, who can blame him? What's he going to say? Yeah, I messed up Baker's development, my bad. He can't admit that, but everybody watching knows what's up. Now, here's where this all connects to the bigger picture and why this matters so much right now. In the upcoming draft, there's this incredible quarterback prospect named Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, who just made the Pro Bowl as a rookie. This young man is the real deal, and there's been so much debate about which team should draft him and which coaching staff can actually develop him properly. When you look at Stefanski's track record, it raises major questions. If he struggled to maximize the potential of quarterbacks in Cleveland, why would any franchise trust him with a generational talent like Shedeur? That's what makes this press conference so important. It's exposing the reality that not every respected coach has the resume to back up the reputation. Shedeur just became the first rookie quarterback to make the Pro Bowl as an alternate, and even though some people tried to hate on it, saying he didn't deserve it, Shannon, Sharpe, and Chad Johnson broke it down perfectly on Nightcap. They explained that nobody's going to remember in 20 years that he was an alternate. They're just going to see Pro Bowl quarterback on his resume. Shannon made such a good point, too. He said that the Pro Bowl used to mean so much more back in the day when it was in Hawaii, when it was a real honor, a real vacation, a real achievement. Now, a lot of established quarterbacks don't even want to go because it's not the same. Patrick Mahomes hurt, Bo Nix hurt, but even the healthy ones like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, they probably got calls and said, nah, I'm good. I got other plans.
Oh, man, I think Shedeur time is coming. This is going to be his breakthrough season. Now, something else that I want to share here with you guys is Nightcap. Shannon, Sharpe, Ocho opened up about the Shedeur Sanders situation.
I've read some of the comments. He didn't deserve to go. Yeah. It happens. He's not the first alternate to ever make the Pro Bowl. He's not. He's not going to be the last alternate to make the Pro Bowl. We saw, Ocho, remember we saw Huntley just a few years ago make it.
Yes.
Because nobody really wanted to go. It doesn't.
Go.
I mean, first of all, I don't know where's it going to be. Is it San Francisco this year?
And you know what? That just speaks to how the league has changed. These veterans with established legacies don't need the Pro Bowl for validation anymore. But for a rookie like Shedeur, this is huge. This is his first year in the league, and he's already being recognized on this level. That's incredible development, and it happened under Deion Sanders' coaching at Colorado before he even got to the NFL. That's the kind of development Stefanski claims he's a maniac about, but we haven't seen the proof yet, and that's exactly what those Atlanta reporters were pressing him on. So what does all this mean going forward? Well, for Stefanski, he's got a lot to prove in Atlanta. The Falcons fans aren't going to be patient like Cleveland was. 8 straight losing seasons means the pressure is immediately on. Michael Penix needs to develop fast, and if Stefanski can't make that happen, we already know how this story ends. For Shedeur Sanders, wherever he lands in the draft, he needs to go to an organization with a proven track record of developing quarterbacks. Think about the success stories. Look at what Andy Reid did with Patrick Mahomes, what Kyle Shanahan's system does for QBs, what Sean McVay accomplished. That's the kind of coaching infrastructure a talent like Shedeur deserves. And honestly, after watching this press conference, I don't think any Falcons fans are feeling confident right now. They saw their new head coach get pressed by reporters and completely fail to address legitimate concerns about his coaching history. That's not how you inspire confidence in a fan base that's been suffering for almost a decade. One more thing I gotta mention. The Baker Mayfield revenge narrative is about to be crazy next season. You know Baker's got this circled on his calendar. Playing against Stefanski twice a year in the NFC South, Baker's about to go off. He's already proven he can ball out in Tampa's system, and now he gets to do it against the coach who couldn't figure out how to use him properly in Cleveland. That's going to be must-watch TV, and you already know the media is going to eat it up. Every time Tampa plays Atlanta, it's going to be, can Baker get revenge on his former coach storylines all week long. And based on how uncomfortable Stefanski looked just being asked about Baker, I don't think he's ready for that smoke. Look, at the end of the day, this press conference exposed something important. Reputation doesn't always match reality. Stefanski's been called a respected offensive mind for years, but when you actually examine his track record with quarterback development, the results don't back up the hype. And those Atlanta reporters, they did their homework, and they weren't afraid to ask the tough questions. For Shedeur Sanders and other young QBs entering the league, this is a reminder that where you go matters just as much as your talent. The right coaching can make you a Pro Bowler and future superstar. The wrong coaching can waste your potential and derail your career. What do y'all think? Did the reporters go too hard on Stefanski, or did he deserve every bit of that heat? And where do you think Shedeur should land in the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all the latest NFL drama, coaching moves, and Shedeur Sanders news, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We're covering all the stories the mainstream media won't touch, keeping it real, keeping it unfiltered. Until next time, stay blessed, shake off the haters, and I'm out. Peace.